Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a string of burglaries in Pike County brings police to the door of a man who has a history of hurting local businesses. And a threatening phone call results in a school in our region evacuating students and staff with concerns about a scary situation possibly unfolding.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
.33 here on your Thursday morning. I'm Dakota Makris, and we are almost to Friday, and we can taste it. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. And even though we're in a first alert weather day, it's calm and quiet right now.
For now.
For now, that's the key word right there.
Exactly. That's the phrase that pays this morning. But we continue to watch the possibility of the showers and storms to move in here pretty soon, already in parts of northern Kentucky. Let's take a look at the last 6 hours on the satellite and radar, and you'll see that heavy band of rain coming through parts of Louisville up toward Cincinnati this morning. It's getting closer to Lexington, but it's going to slowly drift this way as we head deeper into the morning hours, because you see those bands trying to fire up in front of the front, but it's not quite here just yet. Live pinpoint Doppler radar. Take you in real quick there to near Moorhead this morning. It's just north of Moorhead, but there's another little thunderstorm complex trying to develop there. Actually, it's part of Rowan County too. I see that up into Fleming County there this morning on the northern parts of our area. So just be careful. Looks like it's going back over into Carter County as well this morning. So nothing severe, but those storms trying to fire, and it's a very moist atmosphere this morning. Lots of high dew points there, close to the 40s and 50s out there, I would say, this morning. But the temperatures, 60 in Irvin, 55 in Moorhead, 59 in Somerset. A lot of 50s out there with the exception of Ashland, Clintwood, and Jonesville this morning. Winds coming out of the southwest and south right now at between 5 and 10 to 12 miles per hour. So it's a bit breezy out there this morning. Your breakfast forecast, temperatures going up this morning, not down, up, going up all the way through about midday when they start to drop again behind those showers and storms that will impact us a little bit later on. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, a double burglary in Pikeville brought police to the man of a they say has history of hurting businesses. Our buddy Forbes talked with officers who consider the man they arrested a serial burglar.
From fun and flicks to felonies.
When people call us for these burglaries, we don't just want to show up on scene, take notes, and do a report. We want to solve it. Like the kids say, we want to put the bad guy in jail.
2 Pikeville businesses were burglarized this week when a man broke into Funtime Inflatables Saturday and pried his way into the Riverfield 10 Cinemas Monday.
We noticed very similar method of operation, and we were also able to obtain video footage evidence that linked the two together.
Officers say James Prater of Martin stole cash registers, broke into several arcade machines, and took items from the trampoline park before using the same car to make his way to the movie theater early Monday morning, where he stole more items and ripped a safe from the wall before loading it into his SUV.
He is what I would refer to almost as a serial burglar. We've dealt with situations like that numerous times in the past. And the burglaries, they don't stop until the case is solved.
Working with Kentucky State Police and the Floyd County Sheriff's Department, officers found the SUV and Prater, who they recognized from evidence discovered during the investigation, only to realize he has been arrested for similar crimes in the past.
This is not a victimless crime. These are local businesses. These are 2 local businesses. And he damaged those, and he stole from them, and he put hardship on them. And we wanted to make sure that they got justice for what was done.
Now, with the multi-agency teamwork and time put into the case, officers believe they may have stopped a spree in the making. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the lieutenant says with Pikeville PD, the burglaries are even more of a slap in the face to local businesses that are still working to recover from the pandemic. Prater is now in the Floyd County Detention Center. Students in Faculty and Martin County had a bit of a scare on Wednesday after a call claiming there was a bomb on Martin County High School's campus. Martin County Sheriff's deputies and KSP troopers responded, evacuated, and searched the building using a bomb detection canine. Later, the school was deemed clear and no threat was present, but Martin County Sheriff John Kirk says the caller could be facing serious charges and they could be expelled.
I'm not exactly sure of the charges, but they will be very stiff. I'm sure that they're going to be facing some criminal acts, and as well as I'm sure they'll be suspended from school.
In an update, the sheriff added the caller was a student at the school, but their identity could not be made public. That student has been charged, and the Martin County Board of Education is considering further disciplinary action. A woman wanted on a murder indictment warrant has been arrested over in Laurel County. 39-year-old Danielle Kelly was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center on Wednesday. In November, a grand jury indicted her on a murder charge and 3 counts of first-degree assault, but she did not appear in court. Sheriff's deputies say Kelly was driving an SUV under the influence in September of 2021 when she hit 2 other vehicles on US 25. And Tiffany Smith, who was a passenger in Kelly's vehicle, died in the crash, and 3 other people were hurt. Well, it's been nearly 2 weeks without consistent phone service for one elderly woman in Inez. Other than not being able to get in touch with her family, she says she deals with health complications. With no phone service, it would be extremely difficult to get in touch with 911 if an emergency were to happen. Marley Pinchak talked with her and the phone company to see what's being done to fix the issue.
I tried down my daughter's number. No dial tone, no nothing.
Irene Hensley says it's been silence on the other end of the line a majority of the time over the past 11 days.
It'll come back on for a little while and it'll go back out.
She lives along Big Elk Road in Inez, Kentucky. It's a rural area, so although she has a cell phone as a backup, she says getting a bar of service is unreliable.
It's hardly ever working, so I'll come over and check on her. I'll come and visit with her.
Irene's daughter, Melissa, says she gets worried sick when her calls don't go through because of the health complications her mother faces.
What if I need an emergency? How am I going to get a hold of somebody? If I'm having a heart attack or if I've fallen or something other, how am I going to get help?
The two say together they've reached out to Optimum phone service multiple times. Irene says a crew came to her home yesterday to look at the issue. However, she says she didn't get answers to when a fix could be coming. So I called a spokesperson with Optimum to see what's being done to fix the issue.
Please leave your message.
I'm calling in regards to an elderly woman who says she's been without consistent phone service for the past 11 days. I'm calling to get an update on the situation and what's being done to fix the issue. A few minutes later, I got a call back from a spokesperson. They asked me for more details and said someone would be in touch with me. So as Irene keeps her phone at her side, she says she continues to pray.
Praying that if I ever needed it, it would be working at that time.
Hoping to have service restored soon.
That was Marley Pinchak reporting. Yesterday, an Optimum spokesperson got back to Marley saying a crew is at Irene's house and actively working to resolve the issue. Irene says a worker told her crews would come out again today to finish up work.
Coming up on 641, we continue to track the possibility for showers and storms later today as parts of our northern half of our state already being impacted there from just west of Lexington up towards Cincinnati this morning. They're kind of moving off to the northeast for now, but that line of showers and storms that's out west will be in our neck of the woods here before too long this morning, so get ready. 60 over into Irvin, 61. They've jumped 2 degrees in Somerset there at the airport in the last little bit. 58 still in London Corbin there, and up to 55 over toward Moorhead. 57 Prestonsburg, Jackson, Hazard, and Harlan. Temperatures actually going up this morning instead of down. Now, I talked about dew points earlier. Already in the 60s, back out towards Somerset. 50s and 60s is a very moist air mass out there this morning. So we're going to continue to watch that possibly fuel some of these storms that could be coming through a little bit later on today. Now, the out-the-door forecast, no storms yet, but they are approaching from the west, and they should be here by mid to late morning today in our western counties. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. It's almost 6:42. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. The number of deaths caused by overdoses continues to drop here in the U.S. as more work needs to be done to save more lives.